Not at all. All right.
I don't know if I have any more jumps in me like that, but I'll try. Welcome everyone to the Athletics Department's final preseason parent meeting. My name is Carter Abbott, and I'm the Director of Athletics and Student Success here at Pingree. I appreciate your time and effort in attending this meeting so that we can start the year off right for Pingree Athletics. My goals for today's meeting are to discuss my vision for athletics at Pingree, outline the expectations of Pingree student athletes, Pingree parents, and Pingree coaches, provide an overview of our athletic training facilities, outline our goals for our strength and conditioning program, and finally, to discuss schedules. We hope that this information will help you to understand the role that athletics plays at Pingree and to be an informed participant and fan. We want to give you a little taste of what, before we get started, we want to give you a little taste of what playing for Pingree is like with a short sports video of, you'll notice it's 2 years ago because we have masks, but enjoy.
twice. I'm real script, like a thief in the night. Yeah. Call you babe, babe for the day, or babe for the night. You not my wife. She wanna kill, so go line. I wanna go line. Big rocks in the hood with the realest. If I came on the dinner, bring 300 to the dinner. I did some wrong, but I'm always right. So I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real script, like a thief in the night. I'm rich but I'm riding on low on this attic. I'm about to fly out and go get me some. Nothing they see, all this money on me, on the rest of the bag is Baby OG, I've been running these streets, got the dance with Michelle on my mama son. Learn about the sugar cause when I was young and I know I ain't going, so I keep it going. I flew to Paris just to pass a deal. She begging for attention, I don't see her. See how people pop, I wish that you could see us. Me and Cash Plus whenever I go real. I got some in the street won't beat me. I got the industry trying to beat me. I just go rich, they can't see me. I'm in the Rolls Royce. I did some wrong, but I'm always right. So I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real script, like a thief in the night.
Girl, sing you hallelujah. Girl, sing you hallelujah. Girl, sing you hallelujah.
as students will see yourselves up there someday. That actually was a video that's been produced by some of our seniors that year. They put the whole thing together, and one of our alums takes all the pictures. So it's a pretty special experience to be a part of here at Pingree Athletics. I'd like to take a minute to introduce the athletic department staff who are here tonight. We have many more than this, but this is the gang that's here. Aaron Bacher, Assistant Athletic Director for Athletics Operations. Steve Spezio, Assistant Director for Sports Medicine and Head Athletic Trainer. And Doug Scott, our Director of Strength and Conditioning. These folks, along with lots of support from the Facilities and Grounds Department, make it possible for your children to compete for Pingree. Athletics at Pingree are very popular. Roughly 90% of our student body plays at least one interscholastic sport. In addition, students are regular and enthusiastic supporters of our teams as fans. As an athletic department, we serve a wide variety of abilities and talents, from Division I college hopefuls to beginners at sports. We offer high-level training and introduction to fitness. There's a place for all of you in our athletic department. Why do you want to be part of our programs? Why does Pingree place emphasis on athletics? Part of the answer lies in the fact that schools like Pingree are focused on the development of wit and character, or in Pingree language, excellence and honor, subscribing to the philosophy that one without the other is useless. While the classroom is well suited for the development of knowledge, the playing field is perfect for the development of character. My experiences as a student athlete had a tremendous impact on the person I have become. During my freshman lacrosse season at Princeton, everything came together and we won a national championship. My sophomore year, we were fortunate enough to reach the finals once again, only to fall short to the University of Maryland. My junior year, we made the NCAA Final Four, only to lose in the semifinals to Maryland again. But you get the idea, a lot of success. My senior year, however, we barely had a 500 record, missing the NCAA tournament for the first time in 5 years. And I was the captain of that team. As devastated as I was not to succeed, my senior season shaped my character as a leader more than any other. As a captain, I learned how to rally the team after a loss, how to find success in the effort, not the result, and how to take risks, fail, and step back on the field each day, ready to work again. However, in an era that has produced the term helicopter parenting and bubble-wrap children, the survivable but meaningful failure that I experienced has been removed from many of our students' lives. But it is on our fields and courts, in our pools and wrestling rooms, that risk-taking and failure are not only expected, but also rewarded, because it is only through risk-taking that players fail and ultimately learn. Beyond promoting the core traits of teamwork, self-confidence, perseverance, and hard work, athletics provide student athletes the opportunity to learn resilience, and it happens every day in practice and in games. My vision as the athletic director is to ensure through strong programs, great coaching, excellent facilities, and institutional support that Pingree student athletes are challenged, given opportunities to recover and adapt, and ultimately rewarded for their efforts in the short and long term. Through the creation of a winning culture, we aspire to offer the best student-athlete experience in the country. Now, as we head into the school year, some of you for the first time, I wanted to briefly outline who we play and what leagues we're in, because it took me a few years to figure it out. Pingree is a member of 2 leagues that are separated by one flip of the letter, NJSIAA and the NJISAA. The former is the public school and private school league, encompasses all schools in New Jersey, and the latter is the prep school league. As dual members, we participate in end-of-season tournaments in both associations. We're placed in the A division in all of those associations. As a member of the statewide athletic league, the NJSIAA, we're also a member of the Skyland Conference, comprised of 23 local schools. And the Skyland schedule, those teams will have a Skyland schedule. And so on your schedules, parents, you guys will see, we play the likes of really large schools like Bridgewater, Hunterdon Central, Ridge, and then we play smaller schools too, like Belvedere and Manville and Boundbrook. It kind of depends on the sport. Pingree also competes in Somerset County Interscholastic Athletic Association for county tournaments, so you'll see that on your child's schedule. And Pingree also offers interscholastic sports that are not Skyline Conference sponsored. Those teams follow schedules that based on, those teams are, football, which plays in the Metropolitan Independent Football League, the boys and girls ski teams, which play in the New Jersey Interscholastic Ski Racing Association, and girls ice hockey, which plays in the New Jersey Interscholastic Ice Hockey League. And then we have two sports that have no affiliation. That's boys and girls squash and boys and girls water polo. So, now, in order to create the best possible experience for all of our student athletes, community members, and families, my staff and I would like to share with you our expectations for fan behavior at Pingree. We have a very short video on that. And this is brought to you by students.
As the player,
Oh, too much here. Oh, too much. We'll try that again, sorry.
as the players on the field have a responsibility to do their very best, so also do the fans in the stands. Fan support is best when it is loud and positive. It should also be good-natured and sportsmanlike.
Behaviors we like to see are
Positive cheering for Pingree. Celebration of good plays for Pingree.
Appropriate behavior during increased timeouts and other critical points of the game.
Representing Pingree with class and sportsmanship in accordance with the law.
behaviors we want to avoid include
Booing, taunting, negative cheering, or deriding an opposing player, coach, or fan. Cheers, chants, signs, or gestures that are profane and seem mocking or derogatory. Being under the influence of or in possession of alcohol or any other drug before, during, or after any Pingree athletic event.
Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated. Could subject a violator to rejection and may result in penalties being assessed against your team.
Any behaviors that reflect poorly on the school and are in violation of the honor code.
let's be our best selves in the stands this year.
All right, all of this is to say that all of us have responsibilities and expectations for behavior and conduct in athletics. Aaron will, in addition to fan behavior, we also want to be clear about the expectations and responsibilities of being a student athlete, a coach, and a parent in our Pingree athletic community. So Aaron will share the expectations of a student athlete at Pingree.
Hello everyone. As a Pingree student athlete, I understand that I am expected to maintain a high priority on academic achievement, to do nothing to compromise the integrity of myself, my team, my family, or my school, to hold myself to high standards of personal conduct as articulated in the Pingree Honor Code, to treat opponents with the respect that is due to them as fellow competitors, to play hard but play within the rules, to exercise self-control at all times, accepting coaches and officials' decisions, to win without boasting and lose without excuses. I will never quit. To respect the facilities of Pingree and its host schools, to attend all practices and games, to arrive at school prior to 8:45 in order to participate in a game or practice in accordance with the rules as laid out in the student handbook, and to always remember that it is a privilege and responsibility to represent Pingree.
Thank you. So I don't know how many of you know, I actually am a coach. I coach the girls varsity lacrosse team at Pingree, and so I think it's important for you all to understand that we have expectations for our coaches, and you should be able to expect this from the people who work with your children. As a Pingree coach, I understand that I'm expected to promote the health and safety of all players. To remember that being a successful coach is much more than X's and O's. To be truly successful, I must not only win games, but win the respect of my athletes. To be a model of excellent sportsmanship and general conduct. To treat each student athlete in my charge with respect at all times. To provide good, clear communication of expectations for players and parents. To promote among players a solid sense of team membership and responsibility. To have a consistent philosophy regarding the daily operation of my team. To respect the judgment of officials. That can be tough sometimes. To give professional, direct, and consistent feedback to my athletes to help them improve. To uphold the honor code and dignity of the teaching profession, setting the highest standard for the ethical and moral conduct of my team. To promote the entire interscholastic program of the school and direct my program in harmony with the total school program. And finally, to strive to inspire in my players a love of the game. Normally we have another assistant AD here tonight, but he couldn't be here, so I will also talk to you about being a Pingree parent. I'm not a Pingree parent, but I am a parent of a high school athlete, and this is really hard sometimes. So, as a Pingree parent, I understand that I'm expected to encourage all players with positive cheering and support, and to understand that I represent the school as the players do and must therefore practice good sportsmanship. To maintain a positive attitude, whether the team is winning or losing. To refrain from coaching from the sideline. To support the coach and the coach's decisions both on the field and at home. I may disagree, but will not become disagreeable. To refrain from approaching any player, parent, or coach from the opposing team unless it is to congratulate them on the game. To always respect sports officials. They never change the call. To encourage my child to discuss concerns about playing time and performance directly with the head coach instead of doing it myself. To wait for 24 hours to approach a coach about a concern, and then when ready to, discuss the concern, do so in person at a mutually agreed upon time, not after practice, in the parking lot, or in an email. And to show compassion for injured players, applaud positive performances, and represent Pingree with class. I'd like to just highlight two of those in that one. I was probably 10 years ago, I was leaving Bridgewater, leaving their stadium, and I can't remember if we won or lost. And I'm walking across the field with my best player, and out of the stands, this big burly guy goes, "Hey, number 25." And I'm going, okay, am I gonna have to jump in front and protect the kid? And he goes, "Nice game." And it was a Bridgewater parent who was congratulating my player on a nice game. For me, that's what I hope as parents we can do. They're high school kids. They're out there playing their tails off, right? Applaud a positive, good performance, okay? And the second one is, please make sure that you meet with a coach if you need to at a mutually agreed upon time. I've actually had a parent park me in to the parking lot when I tried to get in my car and come out and proceed to speak loudly to me. Let's just say that. So make sure that you find that time to meet with a coach, and if you've got a concern. But let's try to have make sure that your kid does that first. So I'd like to introduce now from our sports medicine team. I'd like to introduce Steve Spezio, our Director of Sports Medicine, or our Assistant Director of Athletics for Sports Medicine, and he's going to tell you guys all about the opportunities that exist in our athletic training room. So, Steve.
All right, thank you guys for coming out tonight. Just a quick introduction to what we do in terms of athletic training, sports medicine. Keep in mind, athletic training and strength and conditioning, two different things. Coach Scott will be able to talk to you guys in a minute about strength and conditioning. But we all have the same focus of health and safety of our players. Okay. So myself and Gabby Timodio, we're the athletic trainers here. So you will find us let's see, after school you'll find us on the fields at all of the practices and games there in case anyone gets injured at a game or has any issues. We're there to help out. During the school day, we're also there. Most people will come see us during the conference period if they have any issues that they need to come see us for, to get ready for any kind of, to get ready for their practices or games. If there are any injuries that are going on at any time, to come in for any treatment session, getting that down. We're also available during the school day. I'm usually in around, usually by 8:30, so if there's anything that you need to see me for earlier in the day, we are available. We're available not only for an injury that happens, but also for treatment of injuries, rehabilitation of injuries. We're getting some of our athletes back onto the field following an injury, and our goal is to do so as quickly and safely as possible. And we do so in conjunction with a bunch of other people. Our strength and conditioning staff is of the utmost importance to us, really in terms of injury prevention to begin with, and that's what's most important for us more than anything else. But things do happen, so we're available if anything does come up. We also have our two physicians that are our supervising physicians that we work with. Dr. Steve Hunt, who's an orthopedic surgeon, and Dr. Mark Silverman, who's board certified sports medicine physician. We use them as resources. We can have them available as resources should you need them for yourselves as well. Our big thing is communication, so we're communicating with other healthcare providers all the time, whether that be a physician, our physicians, your physicians, physical therapists, chiropractors, any other rehab specialists. We're constantly in contact. So even if you are going to your own physical therapist for an injury, for example, we're probably going to be in touch with them to try to figure out if there's anything that we can do to complement or supplement what they're already doing, to see if we can do some stuff to help out here and make it a little bit more cohesive. And again, how do we get someone back onto the field as quickly as we can? I like to put our coaches and our parents on my list of people that I turn to, and that's because, again, communication. Coaches and parents are usually the ones who know the athletes the best. They're the ones that are going to know when something's a little bit off. They're the ones that are going to come to us and let us know if there's anything going on. So, so-and-so didn't look quite right when they were running at practice today. So we like to get them in to talk to you to see if there's anything that's going on. Those little bits of communication, or someone got hurt on a weekend, someone got hurt, on a school trip. Those things do happen, and they affect athletics, and vice versa. Sometimes injuries affect the classroom, so we want to make sure that we're taking care of all that. Again, communication, the more from us to you and you to us, it's helpful. For certain injuries, concussions, for example, there are policies and procedures and protocols in place that we have to follow from the state and from the school. So we want to make sure that we're buttoning all that up, again, to make all of this as seamless as possible. Okay, so the more we can talk to each other, the better. But again, if you guys have any questions or concerns for anything along the way, just feel free to reach out, and we're here and available for whatever we can help you for, or at least point you in the right direction for someone that might be able to help you out. Contact info is up on the board. I'll be here afterward if anyone has any questions or concerns. Otherwise, have a good season.
Thank you, Steve. That's a tremendous resource for your kids. Absolutely tremendous resource. They also do a post-surgical rehabilitation, if that's what you're looking for. They do physical therapy. Really tremendous resource that you should take advantage of. I'd like to invite Doug Scott, our Director of Strength and Conditioning, to come up and tell you a little bit about what we offer in that realm. Doug.
Thank you, Carter, and thank you all for coming tonight. Students, by now, I believe, if you're playing a fall sport, you've already come through the Gregg Center for at least one workout, and many teams have been through several times. Parents, if you haven't seen it, I do encourage you the next time you're on campus to come on over, take a look at it, maybe on Parents' Day. It really is an extraordinary place. I like to call it an extraordinary place to spend your ordinary days. In athletics, we all love those extraordinary days when the sun is shining, you're out there playing your sport, we're winning games, we're winning championships, we're in the paper, we're all over social media, it's great. But to get to that level of success, we have to start with what do we do in the ordinary days, like the regular Monday, like today when all of our teams came through the Gregg Center. And that shows Pingree's commitment to athletics and to your student athletes. That we're willing to put that type of investment, not just in the facilities, but the coaching and the resources to make sure we have state-of-the-art facilities, a top-notch training staff, and all the things that we need to support you as students and as athletes that nobody else gets to see. Our visiting teams, they don't get to see it. Very few people get to see what happens in it. That's specifically for you. So I want you to appreciate that when you're coming into the Gregg Center for your workouts. And parents, just know that we are coaching your children with the latest in sports science research that is backed by the American Journal of Pediatrics, the American College of Sports Medicine, and I am a parent of a high school athlete and one who went through high school. So I do coach, and I instruct our coaching staff to coach the children as if we were coaching our own. This slide, the student comes before the athlete. This slide I want to direct totally towards the parents, because you hear a lot about in athletics how it's the team. Team success is more important than individual success, and for the most part that is true through athletics. However, teams are made up of individuals, and individuals have unique needs, wants, and goals, and that's where the strength and conditioning programs differ from other programs, is that we look at the individual first, and those workouts are designed first for the needs of the sport. What are the injuries? That's where we work closely with the sports medicine team. What are the common injuries that we see? And then we design them based on the individual strengths and individual weaknesses of the participants, and where can we make them stronger, make them fitter, to help them alleviate injuries, but also excel in the sport that they want to. So here's where communication comes into play. So please reach out to us, let us know your goals, let us know any past injuries, let us know anything that you're training for, because like Carter said in her opening, we work with individuals who have never done exercise or trying sport for the first time, all the way up to athletes on national teams and above. Like I said, most of our exercises are designed to protect against injury-prone areas. We also do nutrition counseling and some consulting. We work with our SAGE dining staff a lot to make sure there is nutritious foods at the dining halls. There's a refrigerator in the Gregg Center, which is always stocked with various different chocolate milk products, lactose-free milks, protein bars, fruits, so that you always have food available to you to start the recovery process to be ready for the next game or next event. Next slide. This slide, I want to talk to the student athletes in the room. We want you to commit to doing the little things. Strength and conditioning is about doing the small things. Things that don't seem important to you at the time, like did you eat breakfast? Was it a nutritious breakfast? Did you take your post-workout snack that was with good quality protein to start rebuilding that process? Did you get enough sleep the night before? Did you work out your schedule so that you've allotted time in your day to do strength and conditioning or rehab work or mobility work so that you can be the best athlete on the field? That's where our commitment to you is. And use your resources. There's myself, I'm Coach Scott, we have Coach Featherman, we have Coach Chris, and we have Coach Armand. You have at your disposal 4 full-time strength and conditioning coaches who are more than eager to work with you and help you achieve your goals and get the most out of your time at Pingry. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you, Coach Scott. I think that, again, a tremendous resource, and hopefully you are going to take advantage of, if you haven't already, take advantage of the services that we offer. Before we go, I just wanted to comment on the schedules. The schedule's updated real time on our website, and you can also subscribe to it from the. You can also subscribe to your child's calendar from the website. It has the most updated information, and students, it also has bus departure times. So if you think you have an early dismissal, it'll be noted in there, okay? In addition, I hope you all subscribe to Pingry Athletics at Instagram, because we are hopping Instagram presence right now. It is fantastic. So Thank you for your time this evening. We will all be up here. If you haven't checked in, make sure to come up and check in so you have credit for this, but we will all be up here afterwards to answer any questions you might have. So thank you very much.